welcome to Nicole's Needlework. Today is Saturday, May 16th, and it's right around 8:45 a.m. I wasn't going to do a video today, and then I thought, you know what, why not? I went to the grocery store, so I put my hair in a bun. It's just easier, you know, wearing the mask and everything just to get hair out of my face, so I'm not touching my face. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and do a video today. I did get quite a few more questions after my last video, so I'll go ahead and answer those now. One I got a couple times was the file boxes I have my threads in. Do I have them separated? Yes, I have 3 different file boxes. One for weeks, one for Gentle Arts, and one for Classic Colorworks. So, like I said, it takes up a lot of space, but I love to be able to just flip through and see the threads like that. Another question, and I get this quite a bit, and of course I don't have one. Hold on. She's laying on her back, cleaning her stomach. So I get asked a lot is where do I get these bags? And I get these, you can find them at different cross stitch stores, but these ones are from the Container Store. I think they're, I want to say $2.99. They're on sale right now for $2.39. This is the 10 3/4 by 14 inch size, and it's like perfect for you know, a chart and fabric and whatever. So, and they also have a smaller and a larger size, but this is the medium size. So containerstore.com, and that's where I get them. Anytime I'm near a Container Store, I'll run in and grab a few. Another question I got was my scroll frame. How do I hold it when I'm stitching? So I kind of just hold it in my arm. Yeah, I do have a needle here. And then I just, let's see if I can demonstrate. I'll go off to the side. And then I kind of just hold my finger back here and then just stitch like that. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just putting stitches in, but that's basically how I do it. I kind of just hold it in my arm. I don't like to go bigger than like 16. I think this is 16, and no, this is a 14. So yeah, I don't like to go bigger than a 16. And these are Rolla frames, ROLAFRAME, and they have, I believe they have a web page. They have a Facebook page, and I used to get these at my old L&S in Marietta, Georgia, Abecedarius. Love that shop. And I don't know of any other shops that are selling them right now, but I think you can buy direct from them. But these are good frames. I like them. And then someone asked me what my needle minder is, and this is a Blackbird Designs. It's from the Garden Club series. And my sweet friend Carrie gave that to me. Let me see, any other questions? And then again, I get asked about thread drops. Access Commodities distributes these, and just do a Google search, can't speak, for Access Commodities thread drops, and shops that sell them, it should come up, because some shops are out of stock right now. And then I borrowed Teresa, Kitten Stitcher's idea of using Post-it notes and labeling. I just put them on the back of my tags. So I put the symbol on the back there. I don't know, glare. So let me see. And they're not plastic, they're cardboard. Someone else asked, are they plastic? Nope, they're cardboard. Kind of like poster board. I did not do show notes this time, so I'm just going to go through my calendar. So after I did the video last week, I gave myself marching orders to finish this, and I got You and Me by Lottie Da finished. And this was so much fun. I don't know why it took me so long to just get it done. And I think I might actually frame this after all. I was trying to decide if I wanted to make it into a little pillow, but I think it would be pretty to have something smaller framed in between the big ones. And this is on 40 count scrap I had in my stash. I think it might be Pecan Butter by Lakeside Linens. And I just used, there's the chart. I just used the called for DMC threads, which Lottie Da has such a way with picking DMC thread colors. So that was a lot of fun. So that's finished. And then, what else? So then on Monday, I got a little bit of stash, and I got Plum Street's new Constellation Chart, and I decided to go ahead and start it right away. And I am using 36 count Fawn, F-A-U-N, by Picture This Plus. It's a new linen that they came out with at Market. And I've got the one side of the border. I got all the outlining borders done, and then I got this side done yesterday. But I'm having so much fun stitching this. And every time I stitch on 36 count, I feel like I stitch so much faster, and I'm like, why don't I use 36 count more often? But man, I love it, and I love this linen. I'm regretting not getting more at the time because it's hard to find now. But so pretty. And I'm using almost all the called for threads. The only change I made was instead of antique lace, I'm using toasted marshmallow because I wanted something a little brighter, a more bright white. And then I'm using frosted sage instead of it's called Petite Maison. Maybe it's French. Because mine, I had two different dye lots. One was a darker bluey green, and one was super light, like almost whitish bluey green. And it's supposed to be, like, the DMC was 927, so I pulled a DMC, went through my colors, and this one was the closest to 927. And you can see it right here. I think it looks pretty. So having so much fun stitching this. Paulette does patriotic like no one else. I mean, I just love her patriotic. And well, Blackbird does really good patriotic too. But and her new one, she just or the new one for the class at Dying to Stitch is just amazing, and I can't wait to get that. If she releases it, she'll probably release it in a year. So that'll be so much fun, and I'd love to stitch it on the same linen. So then I decided to start a new project. I decided to start Marianne Frayne, 1796 by Sassafras Samplers. And this you can only get through Sassy Jacks. So I started on Corncastle, and I was not really happy with that yellow. And then I saw Stitching at Rabbit Run on Instagram. I saw her, she's doing her own conversion. She's kind of matching up the front of the pattern, and she's using cotton threads. And I was thinking of going with cotton threads, and she very kindly shared the color changes she made, and I actually pulled some cotton threads myself, and I was thinking of doing that. And then I decided, you know what, I've got the silks. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use the silk threads, but do some changes. So I restarted it on, this is 40 count Ligonier Latte, love this linen. And I'm using the silk threads, but instead of the yellow, I'm using a cream here. And then I switched out, the yellow was also supposed to be here, and I'm using another color that's in the, get up, Ginger. So here are the silk threads. And the yellow was, I think it's 2242 or something like that in the Versois. So there, this F16 is what I'm substituting. So I'm using, it's more of just a creamy gold, just pretty, and it's not bright. So I'm using that in places, and then this, it's called Brute. I had 2 of them, so that's why I picked this. I had them in my stash. So I'm just gonna substitute those 2 colors instead of that yellow. And I think it's gonna be really pretty. So, again, this is 40 count Ligonier Latte, and there's some over 1 in here, like the birds and stuff. I may just do them in 10 stitch. We'll see. I'll play around, see how they look. But Soie d'Alger tends to be a little thicker than like MPI or DMC. So on the 40 count, I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna look, if it's gonna be too bunched up. So we'll see. And someone asked, does she ever get in my threads and mess with my stuff? Yes, she's doing it right now. Stay all of my stuff. So that was really 2 projects I worked on this week. Because I was messing around playing with colors, trying to decide what I wanted to do with this, and instead of just stitching. But stop, Ginger. Now she has my linen. Stop, kitty. Okay. So other than that, I did get some stash. So I placed it in, oh, I also got this from Top Knot Stitcher. And that's my Peaceful Home drum. Ginger. She's just into everything right now. Which I thought was so pretty. I love that pink house and the animals. And so what I did was I also placed an order with Fire Poppies, and I ordered some Liberty Gathering Gray. And I think I'm going to use that. This is 40 count, and I already cut it to the size I needed. And I pulled the threads. I actually substituted some DMC because some of the, what she had, all calls for Weeks Dye Works. And it's not a lot of stitching, so I thought I'd just use the DMC in some places. But those are the threads. And I thought they looked pretty on that Liberty Gathering Gray. So that will be a future start. I don't know why I'm in such a kitting everything up mood, and then I'll go through and unkit them. I don't know. It must be the stress. Kit, unkit. I don't know. And then I also got, well, I got a fat 1/8 of the Liberty Gathering Gray because I want to stitch that. And it calls for 30 count Liberty Gathering Gray, but I thought it would be pretty on the 40 count. So here are the almost all the called for threads. I did switch out like I don't know, it called for shaker white, and I'm using oatmeal, I think. Yeah. Just, I don't know, I like the brighter white. And then I just noticed when I was flipping through this book that this design is in here. Oops, sorry for showing pattern. And Carol, Saltbox Stitcher, showed this. That's so pretty. I love that. I never realized that was in there. And then I'd love to do all these projects. I love this one, this one. They're all so pretty. And then I also got this from Fire Poppies. And this is to quote Shakespeare. It's the pretty box. You use a paper mache box and put the fabric around it. And it calls for exemplar linen. And I just cut off a piece of vintage light exemplar. And pulled the threads. A lot of pretty pinky reds, pinks, golds. Really, really pretty. I'm tempted to start this soon. And then it called for some more exemplar for the bottom. And this one doesn't quite match, but I think it'll be fine. I mean, it matches close enough because this is from a different dye lot. You can tell this one has a little more pink in it. But since it's on the bottom, it's not really gonna show. And then for the little stitching in the hoop, just got a little extra piece there. So, love this so much. Can't wait to start it. She was just in a really playful mood. I had to move her or kick her out. But anyway, I also placed an order with Stitch and Frame Shop a little while ago, and I was waiting on some things to come in. And when they came in, the owner Peggy called me and told me my card was declined, and I accidentally put the number in wrong. Anyway. She's the sweetest, so we talked for a little bit, and she just really is really nice. So I got Stacy Nash Stables, a Hollyberry Farm, and I ordered the 36 count Winter's Brew by R&R. Take it out of the bag. Ah! And the picture on this just really doesn't do it justice. Kitten Stitcher did a video and showed this in her video, and it's just beautiful. I really, really can't wait to start this one. I'm gonna try and get some other things finished first. And then I got a few threads, and this is kind of silly. I did the threads kind of like Country Sampler does. I'm pretending I got the kit from Country Sampler. So stupid. Anyway, there's threads. I think they're all Weeks Dye Works. So pretty. Can't wait to start that. And then I did block another shawl, washed and block, and this is my Cosmic Girl shawl by I can't remember the designer. I will post it. I'll put it right here. Oh, it smells so good. But this one is has a pretty little feather and fan lace in there, and so I used 2 colors of hedgehog fibers, skinny singles, and this is graphite and cheeky. And then just wear it like that. It smells really good. But I'm so glad I'm finally, I mean, I had a pile. I still have two. Well, I have one, no, I got fuzz in my mouth. I have one that I never blocked and one that I accidentally spilled coffee on that I'm hoping will come out. And then I did start my What the Fade shawl, and I knit a little bit, and I left the room and Ginger was in there and she started licking it. She licked it so much that it was all fuzzed up, and I ended up ripping it out and starting over. And then I started again. I left the room again for a few seconds. I wasn't even thinking, and came back and it was all fuzzed up again. I was so upset. And it's right down here. I cut off some of the fuzz, and then she pulled out a thread. I'm like, what the heck, Ginger? I don't know if you can see that. So I'm gonna have to like tuck that in somewhere somehow. I don't think it's going to affect the shawl in any way. I don't know. I think it'll be fine. But, and it's on the back and it's at the very top, so I don't think it will show. I think it'll be okay. I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, it wasn't even that long. I was gone. I went upstairs to grab different needles. But this is the first part. I finished the first part last night. And this is, so it's brioche, which is like a two-sided stitch. So this color is called Comeback, and these are all hedgehog fibers, skinny singles. And this is Crystal. And then next is Cheeky. So I like that color. So then that'll go down here. And then Salty Tails, got on around a little bit, will go on the other side beneath this. So these two are going to be worked together, but this is the front and this is the back. So that'll be next. Hopefully it'll look okay. This one has rust, like rust colors, blue, purple, so a little different than the colors in here, but I'm hoping it'll turn out okay, because the shawl I'm kind of copying, this is the same colors they used. So we'll see. And I haven't worked, I really need to work on my other shawl and just get it finished. But I've been stitching more than knitting lately. Let me check my book, but I think that is it. Oh, so Ellen from the Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, she was frustrated with the sampler. She ripped it all out, which I can relate to. And then she decided she was going to stitch Dutch Beauty. And I actually started this. Of course I always start in the bottom right, but I started it before, and then I ripped it out and used the linen for something else. So I took a picture of all my threads on this linen, and I said I should start with you. There's all the, and this is the antique sampler from Victorian Motto. It looks so pretty on this. And she said I should do it. So I'm kind of tempted. I'm really kind of tempted to start this again. Like, it's hard to get a picture or get a feel for what these would look like, but so pretty on this linen. I'm very, very tempted. So maybe a future start. But I think that's it for this week. Thank you for all your kind comments, all your questions. I love reading all the comments. I feel like, I don't know, I feel connected to this community doing these videos, and I just hope everyone out there is staying safe and healthy and taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and I will talk to you later.